This is a story about an overweighted woman who unexpectedly possessed a magic skill that could exchange fat for money, but unbeknown to her, it harbored a mysterious and horrible truth behind it. Cynthia was a 25-year-old female office worker. Due to her being overweight, Cynthia had low self-esteem and her personality was also very awkward. One day, the company decided to throw a party to celebrate the success of a project. Seeing Cynthia sitting alone, a friend male colleague approached her and invited her to sing a karaoke duet with him. Cynthia blankly refused the offer. Her friend, Catherine, had to tell the man that Cynthia would sing with him later. However, Cynthia said she wasn't into boys who were both poor and ugly, and she told the guy to go away. The man was taken aback by what Cynthia said to him. It clearly disappointed him. After being rejected by Cynthia, the man just left quietly without saying a word. Although being a close friend of Cynthia, Catherine really felt uncomfortable with the friend's behavior. Cynthia said, why wouldn't an overweighted woman have the right to refuse others and find herself an ideal type of boyfriend? The person that Cynthia secretly had a crush on was David and could sing very well. The reason why Cynthia agreed to attend the party with her colleagues was because of him. When David finished his song, Cynthia quickly poured 2 cups of beer and walked over to him. Hesitantly, she tried to start a conversation, but instead of accepting her offer, David distinctly ignored her, mumbling that he would definitely not want to drink beer with a pig like her. David's insulting words immediately made Cynthia sad and angry, but she felt helpless. He completely ignored her and then left. Seeing her friend being rejected, Catherine immediately rushed to Cynthia and comforted her, but it made Cynthia angrier because she didn't want anyone to pity her. Then, Cynthia quietly left the karaoke bar alone. Since it was almost midnight, the street was deserted. She was thinking to herself, everyone, including her best friend, was just pretending to care about her on the outside, but inside, they were all laughing and mocking her when she got rejected. Slowly walking down the road, Cynthia stopped at an interesting-looking game store. The front of the store was displayed with lots of different game machines, some of catching animals, shooting fish, and in the middle of them was a scale with a bizarre shape. Cynthia went to the scale and stepped on it. She was really disappointed with the weight and wondered to herself whether she could lose weight or not. When the scale displayed the weight, suddenly a voice came out of nowhere.
Glad to be of service. How many kilograms of fat would you like to exchange?
Cynthia was caught off guard and looked everywhere to find where the voice came from, but she could not see anyone close by. Then, out of curiosity, Cynthia used a finger to spin the die on the scale, pointing the arrow to number 2, which equals 2 kilograms, and the voice suddenly came out.
Exchange of 2 kilograms of fat confirmed. Thank you.
As the voice finished, the machine immediately spread out money just like an ATM. Cynthia was shockingly surprised when somehow she just earned real money. But the joy did not stop there. As Cynthia glanced down to the weight scale, she could not believe her eyes. The number displayed on the scale was 150 kilograms, which meant she had lost 2 kilograms in an instant. Unbelievable! Thanks to the magical scale, soon she could have a beautiful looking body and make money from it, she thought to herself. Cynthia then grabbed the weight scale from the game shop to sneak home with it, without being aware that a man dressed in black, standing at the corner of the wall, witnessed all her actions. The magical weight scale would change Cynthia's life. When she returned home, both of her arms and legs were shaking with fatigue. But think of how she could become rich and beautiful than ever before, motivated her to carry the scale into the house. Her large frame made a move slowly, and in much effort finally, Cynthia placed the scale in the corner of the room. Cynthia could not wait to have a beautiful body. She became very eager with the thought of the admiration from her friends when they would see her transformation, especially David. However, when Cynthia stepped on the scale, it somehow lost its magic. It turned out that the scale would only exchange fat for money once a day. That night, Cynthia could not sleep at all. She spent the entire night watching the clock. When the clock struck 12 o'clock, Cynthia was already in front of the magic weight scale. She slowly stepped on the scale, feeling nervous. This time, before exchanging the weight, Cynthia thought about how many weights she wants to drop and how much money she wants to earn. Why not adjust the arrow to its highest level, she thought to herself. Cynthia then adjusted the arrow to number 8, which meant that she would lose 8 kilograms in just one moment or just one day. After that, she heard a voice confirming it with money immediately appearing just like previously. This time, the amount of money was 4 times as much as before. Not only that, but Cynthia could also feel that she lost significant weight. She couldn't hide her smile as she looked at the money lying on the floor. She thought that soon enough she would become both beautiful and rich. Cynthia took a week off from work and locked herself in the house so that she could focus on losing weight while avoiding the suspicion and curiosity of her neighbors or colleagues. A week later, Cynthia returned to work. All her colleagues were surprised by her new look. Although she was still overweight, she had become very striking to the eyes of the one that was most happy for her was probably Catherine. During the week Cynthia was absent, Catherine constantly called to check up on her. But to Cynthia, Catherine was nothing but a fake friend. Cynthia also thought that Catherine just pitied her. Not only that, she always kept pushing Cynthia on doing things on her better way. As Catherine greeted her, Cynthia arrogantly replied that she was now the beauty of the company. She then completely ignored Catherine. Cynthia went straight to David's office, going inside without knocking. She then flirtatiously invited David to have a cup of coffee with her that night. Even though Cynthia had become a lot more beautiful, it was not enough to impress David. Cynthia also offered to pay for the date, yet David remained cold. He said that even though she looked prettier than before, the way she dressed was tasteless. Being seen with her like that would decrease his social value. David added that he only dated rich girls. Beauty didn't matter much to him. Once again, Cynthia felt insulted by him. However, the more he hurt her, the more she wanted him. Cynthia was now in emotional pain after being rejected twice. She tried hard to lose weight and became even prettier because of him. But after so many efforts, she still got rejected. She became angry and confused as to how she was rejected again and again. As her anger grew, so did her determination. She made a promise to herself to be rich at all costs and also to become extremely beautiful that even David wouldn't be able to resist her. With the help of the skill, Cynthia soon maintained the perfect body with a weight of 55 kilograms. The weight had decreased, the body had become slimmer, but she was not entirely satisfied with the money she earned. So, with no plan of quitting her machine, Cynthia came up with a new plan. She decided to continue to eat as much as possible in order to gain more weight. She would then exchange the excess weight for money. She used all the money to buy the most expensive clothes and also went to the most famous hair salon at the city to get a luxurious makeover hairdo. As time passed, Cynthia became extremely beautiful and classic, who attracted every man's attention. Not only did she have new looks, even her charisma changed opinions about her. However, as perfect as she was still very much obsessed with David. After all, he was the one man that made her change. As life seems to be improving for Cynthia, a dark surprise loomed in the future. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification button. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. This greatly encourages me to do more videos like this. Catch you up in the next one.